Today we are talking about the real shit. Today we are talking about the mix-up of the internet people with the non-internet people. The people of the internet have learned most of the things that they know from the internet because they have been growing in that era in which actually the internet was pretty much uncontrolled. So if we are talking about the early Gen Z, the internet was developing in a way which was actually affordable for most of the people, and going on also the kids had complete access to it. In my case, it was specifically very easy to access it because my dad is a programmer and basically he gave me a computer as soon as I could. This early Gen Z was exposed so much on the internet that it had some kind of nurturing role in their life. They learned how to code pretty fast. They also learned when they were early in age to type on the keyboard, which now seems stupid. But before it was something that was also requested in CVs to use the internet and the computers in companies. So it was also something that could be considered a technological skill. They have this idea of people which have been attached to the internet since they were very young, of people with a specific stereotype of personality, of knowledge. They have these things that probably already know because they were exposed to the internet pretty soon in a way that is absolutely uncontrolled. So basically, growing up, being nurtured by the internet, we also have learned a different type of media and entertainment that came directly from it. So we really like some type of cartoon and shit like that. I was showing yesterday Happy Tree Friends to the people in the chat because some of them maybe don't even know about it, but it is for that shit that most of us is completely going insane. We like a different type of entertainment and we have some kind of popular culture that is very different from the people that never touched a social media in their life, or the people that uninstall Instagram because they are kind of scared that it will distract them from doing their normal life. Clear. There is a difference. There is a difference in knowledge. There is a difference in reference. When you actually speak to someone that is not from the internet, you will do some reference that they will not understand. You can tell to them the existence of the blue-white site and they will be like, what? What is that? Yes. If I will tell to someone, yeah, this weekend I will stay inside to play this game all day because I want to do that, and they are not from the internet, they will be like, what? Why would you close yourself in a room to do that? We know that there is a difference also in type of humor because probably someone which has been on the internet for a very long time will be way much more into dark humor and stuff like that because it's something to which you get exposed at a very young age when you start to be on the internet. But what we know about all of this, the problem is that in 2020 with the COVID, the people have been forced to experience our lifestyle for months. And so they internalized some kind of internet people behavior because when they arrived on the internet to entertain themselves because they were in the house and they had nothing else to do, they arrived in a platform and in an environment that was already created. So that's when the anime culture stopped being considered to be disgusting and weird and only made of cooning people that like porn from outside of the mind of the internet people. And that's also where you can see that there is a development of the memes that goes on the broader culture side. If you think about it, coronavirus period of time is when the internet actually was populated also by other people, and so they learned that there were kind of interesting animes, that there were their piece of media that were very different from the piece of media that they are constantly exposed to. Now there is more of a mainstream memes, and something that really confirms this fact It's the fact that brands, companies, and people that before were not exposed to the little niche public of the internet have started using the platform on the socials to produce content, to make people know in a broader way their brands, to sell, to do stuff like this. The big era of development of the internet. Brands and companies started to use it to develop their brands, to develop their profits, and companies to make marketing directly on the internet and shit like that. In fact, nowadays people still look for marketers or for people that know marketing on the internet side. That's why a lot of people will use their portfolio with their social media when presented to an interview, to explain that they know and they can navigate the environment of the internet itself, the dead internet theory. So the dead internet theory is the theory for which now majority of the internet is not populated by actual people, but is populated by bots, AI, and shit like that is done just to fill the gaps, to not entertain, but mostly to advertise other types of creators that are real and are there just to support, the other people that are currently producing the content online. And also now that the AI has actually developed on a different level and we are actually having troubles in identifying the AI there, the AI that, the AI porco D. Now that we are having trouble with that, there are also accounts that are completely AI and that are developing right now their shit. We have to criticize the fact that also before there were fake accounts that were underpaid Indian people in call centers just creating their account to modify the opinion, also political and also religious and shit like that, of the people. A real example here coming from the Chinese population, which is known to have an influence on the internet itself since, we're talking about 20 years ago. How did they do? They just produced a fake account massively, which were paid government people just doing their job to modify the ideas of the people that were there, were not there, and stuff like that. This type of media modification is also used right now, but we have the resources with the AI and with the technology and shit like that to do the same stuff on a giant massive scales of quantity, not specifically quality. So what does this mean is that it would have been like that even before if it wasn't for the technological limits. After the COVID and after the years that the COVID touched and modified, there were some kind of, with the mixing of the internet people and the non-internet people, there were people that were actually modified, their behaviors, their way of life were modified by the interaction that they had with the other side of the coin. They realized that there were this other side that was not something that they would normally examine or understand or interact with, and so they had some different stereotypes that they created regarding the people of the internet, which are, for example, the e-girl, the Discord mod.
Moderate Reddit here.
You are such a great Reddit moderator.
I'm moderating so hard right now.
Yes, keep going. You're doing amazing.
The fact is basically the people that were not from the internet understood the fact that there were people inside of the internet, and they created some specific stereotypes of the people of the internet. Stereotypes that the people of the internet had already created regarding the people that were not on the internet. For example, the Chad, the crying idiot that was not into politics and shit like that. Do you guys remember the troll face representation, for example, of the millionaire, of the classical Berlusconi, okay? I fear I will reach an age where I won't be able to keep up with the current internet meme trends. Calm there, because that's a very giant point for us that have been exposed to it. Like right now, I currently realize that maybe with all of the work that I have to do in real life and all of the shit that I have to do, I may struggle to sleep because I also want to see the memes. Okay? I also want to see the memes, I want to enjoy the memes, and I realize that having a job, which is my side quest, is coming into the main quest of knowing all of the internet, you know. What about regional internet? Because I am sure your experience in Internet Italy was not the same internet I experienced in Argentina. Yes, that's true. But there is a level in which the regional meme becomes global. That might be the difference between Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Gen Z grew up on pre-capitalism. Internet and Gen Alpha grew up on post-capitalism. Yes, because the corporate world reached the internet and it did not become something that was non-profitable from. When we talk about the fight among brioche and croissant, the only croissant I know that has been fought has been thrown to the greatest person of the internet.